All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Nlc Bello, and I'm live here at Ikeja, where the peaceful protest by the NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, is being held this morning. As we can see, we have quite a large number of people here today on the bridge, Ikeja, Lagos, and as we can see, the NLC are addressing the people as we speak, and they are talking about the current situation in the country, and I think we just need to listen. Then probably later I'm going to continue with the analysis. I just want you to keep your fingers crossed and don't change the channel. I'll keep it logged on Foods TV. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Nlc Bello once again. I will be talking to one or two people also in a few minutes, in any moment from now.
Powerfully represented here by the Deputy President, Comrade Adewale Adeyanju, and the National Auditor and the President of Nlc, one of the affiliate unions of Congress, Comrade BG Olatuji. Myself, Deputy General Secretary from the headquarters, Comrade Isbike. We are all here. We have here Presidents and General Secretaries of affiliate unions of Congress. I can see the General Secretary of the Bank Workers Union. I am also told the Deputy President of Congress, where is he? Deputy President of TUC. He's also, please don't back the road too much. Let's come close. He's also here. We have here full complement of our civil society organizations. We have here workers from affiliates of NLC and TUC. We have here very poor Nigerians who are the victims of this thoughtless policy of government. I've mentioned the civil societies that are here. Comrade, it is legitimate for citizens to protest, and that is what we are doing today. Government increased the price of petroleum product twice, PMS twice. Government unified the foreign exchange and increased and tactically devalued the naira. The implication of these two policies has been rising cost of food items. The implication of this policy has been rising cost of transportation. We are in a situation where people who are eating one daily meal before is becoming difficult to even access 1 meal a day. It's practically impossible for any worker to get to work twice a week. Informal workers who must have daily bread can't get to their homes. Our colleagues are just reminding me that workers who work in factories, who work in many offices, sleep at work. It is a big burden on our people. Our cry is that government policy is meant to serve the people, not the other way around. Where a policy is not serving the people, the government must sit back and review these policies. For us at the level of NLC and the TUC, we've engaged government on these issues. We have an understanding that was reached on June 5, to the extent that government will address these issues with some measure of palliative. That government, it was salary review. That government will address transfer, not to the pocket of politicians, but to very poor Nigerians. Because our experience in the past is that those exercises were to enrich politicians and their cronies. So we are determined to ensure that this time around we want to engage and discuss how will this get to very ordinary people. We were concerned that government should be able to provide in the immediate mass transit buses and also provide opportunity for people to migrate from petrol to CNG, which is far cheaper. Which is far cheaper. So these are the things that we reach in that agreement. And the government will also review its policies and make it in the interest of Nigeria. They sign, we sign. But between June 5 and now, nothing concrete has happened. And if you listen very carefully to President Tinubu 2 days ago, yes, good statements, good promises, no concrete thing that we can hold on to. So, and that's why we are saying that Nigerians cannot continue to live in this mystery. Nigerians cannot continue. The Nigerians cannot continue to live in this state of poverty, and that government has the purpose of utilizing resources of the nation to serve the maximum welfare of its people, not a few rich people. Because as it is, subsidy is for the rich. When I say subsidy, not just petrol subsidy now, we are subsidizing our rich people. The poor are paying taxes, workers are paying taxes. What tax are the rich paying in our country? So it's time to tax the rich. It's time to tax the rich so that whatever they get from the rich can be used to support the poor. That's what we want at this critical period. We are patriotic citizens. We need patriotic politicians and elite to stand up at this critical period, not to further extract from the poor people of Nigeria, but because what they are doing is that they are extracting more and more, and the poor are giving enough. There is no more to give. We are giving enough. There's no more to give. We are giving enough. No more to give. It's time for the rich and the powerful to give to this country. It's time for them to pay taxes. Yes, it's time to allow the poor to breathe. 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 Comrade, before I invite the chair to speak, let me acknowledge the Deputy President of TUC. He will speak, our leaders here will speak, Comrade Olatuji will speak, the President and General Secretaries that are here will speak, because this matter affects all of us. For those of us who are in the manufacturing, we know the pain that even our employers have, we're not just workers. To assess forex, to assess energy, to access electricity and pay for electricity, Nigerians cannot even produce competitive goods. That's the problem that we are in. And government needs to sit down, not just mere policy pronouncement. The government needs to sit and dialogue with its citizens, dialogue with stakeholders about the appropriate way to deal with the situation on ground. Comrades, I will invite the Deputy President of TUC. Solidarity!
Now we have the Vice President of the TUC about to address the people.
To record any incident. Let's move. Please
So, as we speak now, the Vice President TUC is about to speak. As we all know that we all know what the situation of the country is saying as we speak, and Nigerians have taken to the street following the NLC this morning to protest and also make a request from the government to make provisions for citizens to be able to, in terms of transportation, in terms of workers' salary increment, and so many other things that are going to make life easy for the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we could hear the speaker said that they should allow the poor to breathe. You know, it's becoming appalling, the situation of the masses of this country. And we can hear, you can hear them, you know, saying all those things. So keep it locked. Let's keep hearing what the Vice President of TUC have to say.
You are aware that this government came to power and immediately they came in, the subsidy on petroleum was ramped up. Labour has thought that the product would have done. They should have engaged us and then put some palliative in place before the subsequent removal of
we have quite large number of
that was not the case. Immediately,
we are live under the bridge of Ikeja.
I tell you, everything solved. Transportation, the local area, food items, you can't afford. Going to work, you cannot. And I tell you, if you don't go to work, what happens? You lose your job. And so for that reason, we decided to also partner with the government by going to Abuja to engage them constructively. And by the time we get to Aso Villa, we will ask to bring our charter of demands. one of which is the national minimum wage, which we put forward as 200,000 naira. Apart from that, we also gave a condition that before the finalists in the country must work, and Labour must be party to the supervisory committee that will see to the turnaround of all the refineries, and there must be a timeline. That the CNG, which is also an alternative to PMS, should come on stream. Among others, these are the charters of demand we gave to the federal government. Both parties ascended to that document. I can tell you that up to this moment, the federal government refused to do something concrete. And we can see that and put our hands to see our people dying. Because as it is now, Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are dying. Do you know where I'm trekking for? From cement. What is it called? This cement. I trek from that distance to this place. So, the last meeting we had with the federal government, the last meeting we had with the federal government, it was the personal assistance that's been sent to us to come and discuss with us. What mandate have the personal assistants to either the government officials have to do with us? So we decided to work out on the meeting, and then we said, since the federal government is not giving us listening here, the only last resort is to contact Nigerians and let the world hear our voice. So here we are today. We are passing a message to the federal government that a must that all the anti-policies that have been promulgated now should be reversed. They must reverse it. The PMS must go back. The minimum wage must be implemented. Buses must flood our towns and cities to cushion the effect of transportation. Solidarity forever.
And that is what you heard from the Vice President of the TUC. He just made his own speech stating that they've met with the federal government several times, you know, to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal. And he mentioned that they had a discussion with the federal government to increase the minimum wage to 200,000 naira. Also, they told the federal government to make provision to make provision for buses to transport people from one place to another. And also, he mentioned that the poor, the masses, are dying on a daily basis because people hardly feed, people hardly go to office. Some of the workers are even sleeping at their offices, you know, and this is becoming difficult for people to survive in this country called Nigeria. And another person is speaking as we speak.
We have to come out and fight our rights. Our future is in our power. Nobody will fight for us, we have to fight for ourselves. And the president, the current one, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he became a senator through protest. He became a governor through protest. And where he is today is a miracle. It's not an easy thing, and we must have to come out again and protest and fight for our rights. All his politics, all his policy has not been favoring the masses. All his policies are not favoring the masses. Yeah? We never know to waste more time. We still have time to talk. We still talk to ourselves. Let's proceed.
Isoleto! Africa! Yeah, the time is 8:30 now. We want to proceed with our peaceful protest rally. With our peaceful protest rally. Please, the banner, we go to the front, and this banner, the leadership, our presidents of union, national presidents of union, and the general secretaries, they are the ones that will hold the banner. Every other persons you will move please take direction and take directives. We don't want anybody to move before or in front of the banner. This is what we normally have all the time, overzealous people. If you are with us and you are for us, this is NLC, TUC and CSO. Please, we want you to listen to your leaders. We don't want you to do anything otherwise. We are moving now. The banner will be handed over to the leadership of NLC, TUC at the top. Please, every other person, you will fall behind. If I see you in front, I will use something to clear your leg. I'll move you to.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let me also tell you, as you have said before, I'm General Secretaries and President of Union.
All right, we'll be taking opinions from people. Please do me a favor to join us as we're stopping the video now. Then please don't go anywhere. Keep joining us. We are coming back in just 30 seconds to take views from people.
Comrade Dele Ojo, many other comrades are here. They will be doing. The general himself is here. The president.